Everyone, it has been a crazy few weeks of progress. You can see that now the player can collide with the terrain. This is not only for the player. I made a basic gravity check on all entities. Some may be affected, like actors, but my projectiles or not. You can also see a crosshair in the middle. This can help with the aiming, because right now we can shoot in any angle or direction. With this, we can even make a first-person shooter or later spaceship combat. For grenades and arrows, we enable gravity and they will fall correctly. I also have a jump button, and when I fall, I will correctly collide with any terrain. I will now go to the large open world map, and we can see how better the terrain looks in the distance. I will move a little bit faster, and we see some trees and some enemies. Let's fight a little bit the enemies, so we can better see how they move on the new terrain, how they collide, how they climb, and also how nice the new aiming mode feels like when I try to shoot the enemies with fireballs. The terrain is very nice because we see how the level of detail in the distance makes the terrain looks at the lower level of detail, and as I approach and get closer, it will look much better. And I really like this collision, it's very, very useful. We can even fall from specific heights if we move. I had an idea to increase the height map to a really high height, and I will show that now. This is really epic view. With the procedural terrain, it is difficult to achieve such results. But with handcrafted height map, we can. And we can even see how good the collisions are. But even at any level of height, for example, let's try to jump here. You can see the enemies below us in the distance. The terrain. Let's try to jump here. Oh, so I have some enemies here, so I'll try to move faster. Right now I did this only from code, but later I'm planning to add terrain tools in the editor. I will aim for such massive terrain heights. Now I will show the buildings. For this system I took a lot of inspiration from old games like Tomb Raider. In a more simple way to explain it, we have rooms, and each room, when it collides with another room, it will not generate the walls. But this goes even further. The whole process loops through every cell collision with neighboring cells. And this is a very powerful system. Right now, with a few lines of code, I made this building. Later, I am planning to make tools for this in the editor. For example, we can see from inside of each room, even the corridor is another room. like here, for example. Because they collide, a path will be made. The cool thing is that I use very little geometry, and I can even expand later to more crazy shapes. Okay, for example, here we see inside, I only generate what is visible. Same here, if I go inside this bridge, you will see only what is visible. Even in the buildings, we have basic collisions, and I will show that now. We see that the bridge, we don't have yet collisions, but we have with the walls, we have with the floor, we also have with the ceiling, right? And let's complete the whole map. For example, I will jump here. We see how nice the system is. For example, here we will fall down. We have a path, and we see two pillars. I can even jump on the pillars. Also fall on the other one, and then on the ground. The problem is that I don't have yet collisions with the pillars, but I will add that later. Overall, I'm quite happy with this progress. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.